All right, question 10. So on the grid, there are 3 points joined by 2 lines. So it looks like she done them here. Now Laura decides to plot another point in the grid at -1, 2. So this coordinate -1, 2 tells us that you start from 0 and you always move before you jump. So you move to the left by -1, then you go up to 2. So it should be here. So that's where -1, 2 is. Now she joins the points to make a quadrilateral, so 4-sided shape. Let's do that right now. So she joins the points, yeah? And then to this one. Okay, so this is our quadrilateral. And by the way, guys, always use a ruler for these questions, yeah? Now, complete Laura's quadrilateral on the grid, you use a ruler. Okay, so we've done that. And yep, that's what you have to do. Now, then Laura translates the quadrilateral 4 squares to the right. So this direction, yeah? So, draw the quadrilateral in its new position on the grid. Okay, to move this to the right, all you have to do, and let me just get rid of this blue dot, is take 1 point and move it to the right. So I'm going to take this point and move it 4 to the right. If it's at 1, it's going to end up at 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. So that's the new position. Let's use different color pen, black. Now this point, this is at -1. If you add 4 to it, it should end at 3. So it should be here. Likewise, this point here, the cross we did earlier, this was at -1. Again, add 4 should be at +3. And this point here on the top left is at -2. Add 4, it should end up at +2. Now, copy the shape again, so draw it. Oof, got to use a ruler. So, of course, it's ain't going to be accurate, guys, yeah? Actually, that's not bad. And now, straight down, just imagine a straight line, and then connect the dots, and you're good. Done. All right, number 11. So we're given 5 numbers, and it looks like they crossed out 2. Write each number on the correct cards. The number 2 has been written on the correct cards for you. Okay, so according to the cards, they got prime numbers, factors of 12, and factors of 15. So just quick recap. Prime numbers are numbers that only divide by 1 and itself, meaning you can't divide by any other number. So let's have a look. Alright, so let's check first all these numbers. So 3 can only divide by 1 and itself, so yep, it's a prime number. 4 can divide by 1 and even 2, so it's not prime. 5 can divide by 1 and itself, so it's prime. And 6 can divide by 2, it's an even number, so it's not prime. So that's prime numbers done. Now for factors of 12, these are all numbers that go into 12. So let's have a look. 3 is a factor of 12, so it's yes. 4 is a factor of 12, because you get a whole number out of it and you divide it. 5, nope, you get a remainder. 6, 12 divided by 6 is 2, so yes, it's a factor. Alright, now factors of 15. So any numbers that go in 15 and give you a whole. So 3 into 15 gives you 5, so yep, it's a whole number, it's a factor. 4 into 15, nope, you get a remainder. 5 into 15, 15 divided by 5 is 3, yes, so you get, it's a factor too. And 6 into 15, nope, you don't get nothing, you get a remainder. So that's it, that's all done. Amina's bed is 190 centimeters in length and 91 centimeters in width. Okay, she is making a 1/10 scale model of the bed. So 1/10 is literally a fraction, 1/10, and it also means that it's 10 times smaller, so you divide by 10. What are the length and width of Amina's model? Well, a quick way to divide by 10 and is that you just stick in a decimal place one place after the whole number, so here. So this will be rewritten as 19.0, and sticking it over here, this will be rewritten as 9.1. So this is how it looks like on paper. Now 19.0 is the same as 19, so both is correct. So you can put 19 here. 9.1 is, well, 9.1. And you're good. This is all you have to do. Alright, question 13. So Kirsty says, when you double the size of an acute angle, you always get an obtuse angle. I don't think that's true. Explain why Kirsty is not correct. Okay, so let's understand what acute and obtuse is, yeah? So acute angle is just a small angle. We can say an acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. So that's what an acute angle is, yeah? And an obtuse angle is an angle which is actually more than 90 degrees, but between 90 and 180. So you can say it's an angle between 90 and 180 degrees. So how can we prove? Well, let's pick an acute angle, make sure which is smaller than say 45 degrees, yeah? So let's say if an angle is less than 45 degrees, then if you double it, you will get an angle less than 90 degrees. And of course, that can't be obtuse then, because if it's 30 degrees, double you get 60. It's still acute. And that's the reason why. Again, you can leave it like that. 14. So how many days are there in these 3 months? Now, there is a cool trick to know, by the way, guys, how to actually know how many days are in each of the months. Now, what I do, yeah, and you can even look at your hands, only use your actual fingers, so no thumb. So this is off limit. We start from any finger, the very first one, and we count. So let's say this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July. And then we go back again in the beginning. So we're going to have August, September, October, November, December. Now, if the month lands on your finger, then it must have 31 days. If it lands in the gap, then it has less than 31 days. So it could be 30 days, or, well, if it's February, 28, 29 days. Now, let's check what September could be. So September would be, so it would be, let me see. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So it's the gap. So this means less than 31, so it's 30 days. Plus, now August, September, October. October is on the finger and November is outside. So because October is here and November is here, October will have 31 days because it's on the finger. And because November is in the gap, it will have 30 days. Now adding this up is easy. You got 3 tens, which is 90, plus 1, 91 days. All right, number 15. So the International Space Station orbits the Earth at a height of 250 miles. All right, I did not know this. What is the height of the International Space Station in kilometers? Now we can use the fact that 8 kilometers is equal to 5 miles. All right, so to convert something into the other metric unit, what I would do is stick with the 8 kilometers equals 5 miles, yeah? Start with that. So 8 km equals 5 miles. Now, because we've got a term that's already in miles itself, so 250 miles, what I would do is firstly work out what 1 mile is. So to get 1 mile, we need to divide these lot by 5. So this will, of course, be 1 mile. Now, 8 divided by 5, well, I could use bus stop method. So 5 into 8, and just in case, let's add the extra decimal, yeah, because you can have remainders. So 5 into 8 goes once, remainder 3, stick it there, and 5 into 30 goes 6 times. So what this tells us, for every 1 mile you're going to get 1.6 kilometers. Now to get 250 miles, we just need to times our result by 250. So let's do that for a second, yeah. So 1.6 times 250. Now what I would do, because you got, let's see, so 250 times 1.6. So a nice trick is, let's just split this 250 as 225 times 10, yeah? And then we're going to times that by 1.6. We need to know that 10 times 1.6 is automatically 16. Okay, because remember, you just move decimal one place. So now all we're going to work out is 25 times 16. And I'm not going to do the long column method, yeah? What we could do again, well, you can if you want. What I would personally do, I'll do 25 times 10, which is an easy 250. And then I'll just do 6 times, well, 25. So 6 times 5 is 30, carry the 3. And then 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Easy. And then adding these two up, 250 and 150 makes 400. So the answer would be 400 kilometers. And that's it. All right, question 16. Okay, so we got 2 different types of vegetables, potatoes and carrots, and this is how much they cost per kg. Now, according to this, Jack buys 1.5 kgs of potatoes and half kilogram of carrots. Okay, so 1.5 kg potatoes, this means that, well, 1 kg is £1.50, so an extra half means you add extra half of 150, which is 75 pence. So this means for potatoes, we have £1.50 plus 75p. And if you add this carefully, you're going to get 5 pence on the right. 5 plus 2 is 12, so 2 carry the 1. And adding the last column is 2. So far, £2.25 for potatoes, yeah? Now, as for carrots, it says half a kg of carrots. Well, £1.80 is for 1 kg, so half of £1.80. So that's the price for carrots. Now, the question says that since he bought both, how much change does he get from £5? Well, let's see how much he spent altogether, yeah, and then work out the difference. So £2.25 plus 9p, so just line them up. Okay, so 5 plus nothing is 5, 2 and 9 make 11, so 1 carry the 1, and these 3 make 3. Now subtracting that from £5, so again this is all standard arithmetic, yeah, and as usual you got 0, so what we should always do, borrow from the 5, make that into a 4, give this a 1, changes, then take 1 from the 10, it becomes a 9, and this gets a 1. So now we got 10 take away 5, which is 5, 9 take away 1 is 8, and then lastly 4 take away 3 is 1. And that's it. So his change is £1.85. Perfect. Okay, number 17. So we're given x plus 2y equals to 20, where 2y means 2 times y. Yeah? So that's when they stick letters together, it means they're multiplied. Now x and y are both whole numbers less than 10. Now what could they be? So let's pick, I don't know, 9 for y. Okay, this seems to be easy to work with. So if we put 9 for y, we're going to have 2 times 9, which is 18. This means x plus 18 must equal 20. Well, 2 plus 18 equals 20. So x must be 2 and y could be 9. This is one possible pair. And you can have quite a few pairs. I mean, you can test a few. You can say, all right, maybe y could be 8, try that, and then y could be 7. And you can try a few more, I guess. And yeah, let's leave it like that.